Hey adventurers! It is Friday, October 21st, and I'm about to head to Vegas for the When We Were Young festival. I have no idea how this weekend's gonna go. Obviously hope it runs smoothly and everyone's safe and has a great time. But I know that everyone's kind of expecting it to be a shit show because it seems like it's promising too much and that I won't be able to deliver, but who knows, we'll see. I got the hotel package, which ended up costing me like $1,000 because by the time I got through, tickets were sold out unless you bought a hotel package. So basically, first day tickets went on sale and then they added Sunday and then they added the Saturday of the following week. It was like such a hassle to buy tickets. I think I was online for like an hour and a half, and then I just bit the bullet and did the hotel package. But luckily they had payment plans, so it made it a little easier to pay that much. And I think that was probably the best way to go because now for the weekend, hotel rates are like ridiculous and some places are oversold. So I think it was probably the best move to get a hotel. I'm all packed up, and so tonight I'm just gonna head there, check in, and then emo night is playing at Resorts World in Zouk, which is so cool. They have a little residency, so they're playing tonight and tomorrow, and then Thanksgiving week. And then tomorrow I'm going to the festival, and then I may or may not stop by emo night if I have enough energy. I don't know. Emo Night's also doing a pop-up at Resorts World, which is really cool. So we're gonna head straight there because there's some stuff I want and I just wanna make sure I get it before it sells out. And yeah, I'm excited. Cautiously optimistic. Like I said, I just hope everyone is safe and has fun. And yeah, that's it. I gotta go pick up my friends. And then we are going to head to Vegas after I drop Poppy off. I feel so bad because she was just in boarding like less than a month ago, but luckily this is only for a couple days, so I know she'll be fine, but I'm sad like always. But that is it for now. See you later. So I guess we'll just start at the beginning. So Friday, as you saw previously, I picked up my friends, we headed to Vegas, and we went straight to the emo night pop-up, which was really, really cool. They did an amazing job. They took over Red Tail, the restaurant. It's like a restaurant bar at Resorts World, and they like really decked it out to be like a spirit Halloween, and they had like all these Halloween decorations. There was a photo booth. There was like the merch line, and they had some exclusive merch. As soon as we got there, we saw a bunch of our friends, so we just like hung out and said hi. And they also were doing Emo Night Radio that was playing over the speakers, which if you don't know, Emo Night Radio is on every Thursday at 6 p.m. on AMP Radio, which is like the Amazon like music radio app. I don't know, but yeah, check it out. And so they were having that. They were doing interviews with different bands that were playing the festival. We ended up just going to get some food and then getting ready for the club. The club was not my favorite. So Emo Night was performing at Zouk, which is in Resorts World. And I think this particular club was just so focused on tables. Like the majority of the club space was tables, and there was like a line to get on the dance floor, so they would just like let one person out, one person in, like that sort of thing. The prices were absolutely ridiculous. For like a small bottle of Fiji water, it was $15, and then for the larger one, it was $30 for a bottle of water. So this was all like club logistics, nothing to do with emo night. What was cool was that like the visuals and like the lighting that they have set up at the club is pretty crazy. Like all this, they have a bunch of screens on the ceilings that like move up and down. You can do like videos on them, and like they have this giant like light sphere that would kind of just like move throughout the crowd and stuff. I just think logistically it's geared more towards people who are going to be getting tables and bottle service, so that kind of sucked. But then emo night came on, and they did so good, and I cried because I was like looking at the craziness of the club and like how big it was and like how insane it is that they were playing at the club. And I was thinking back to when they started and being at the Echoplex, which is like a little dive bar here in LA. And so then like I just started crying because I was like so proud of them. And afterwards, we left like right after they played, and then we all ended up at a bar at Resorts World, and we were just hanging out, and it was fun and it was cool. That's like always my favorite part. It's just being able to like hang out with everyone, chit chat, and just like chill. Like it was so much fun. I think we ended up going to bed at like 3:30ish, and the festival gates open at 11 on Saturday. I was gonna go later because like the first person I wanted to see was Dashboard, and they didn't go on until like 2, I think, so I was gonna get to the festival at 1. We wake up and we're just like getting ready to go. We grab some breakfast and we're all just hanging out in the room trying to prepare ourselves, and I see the Instagram post saying that the event was canceled.
What the actual fuck?
James. So I don't get to see Haley Williams play the code.
So who's dying?
The fuck?
Says, when we were young, festival organizers have spent the last several days proactively prepping the festival grounds for a windy Saturday. National Weather Service has now upgraded their Saturday forecast to high wind warning, including dangerous 30 to 40 miles per hour sustained winds with a potential of 60 mile per hour gusts. Under the advisement of the National Weather Service and the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, we have no other choice than to cancel today's When We Were Young festival. The safety of our fans, artists, and the staff will always be our top priority. And then it goes on a little bit more, saying that we'll all end up getting refunds within 30 days. Then they posted later that tickets are not transferable. You cannot use the Saturday tickets for Sunday the 23rd or Saturday the 29th, which is understandable because both those days are also sold out, so you can't really just move everyone to a different day. So basically, after the initial shock, people started calling each other, and we were all trying to figure out like what the fuck to do, because that was insane. And I'm crying from sadness now because I'm so disappointed. I was looking forward to it so much. And the plan was to get ready and to head to Resorts World where Emo Night is, because we wanted to, we knew that's where like all our friends would go to just like try to figure things out. So we got ready and we headed over there, and the line to get into Redtail, it was a 5-hour wait. Needless to say, we did not wait in line. They were letting people put their names down, but yeah, we did not do that. They were also still selling merch, and there was a long line for the merch. Luckily, we had done that the day before and were able to get whatever we wanted. So we split off and decided to go to Area 15. But at that point, everyone was kind of like spread out and didn't really know what to do. And then at this point as well, we started hearing about possible like pop-up shows being done by the bands that were supposed to perform at the festival. It's difficult because I'm like so proud of just Vegas in general and all these bands for trying really hard to throw something together. I think that's amazing, and they really, really tried to make sure that everyone still had the opportunity to kind of at least hear the music that they like or see the bands that they like. And it's like as soon as it got canceled, everyone was just like in action mode, like trying to figure out what they could do. And I also was like on StubHub trying to get tickets for Sunday and like trying to figure out like, okay, are we gonna fly back? Are you guys gonna take my car and I fly back? Every time I would try to get a ticket on StubHub, it would just automatically be gone, and like it was impossible. I feel like everyone just kind of went into panic mode and started trying to like figure things out. So here is a compiled list of the shows that actually were being done. All American Rejects free show at 9 p.m. at a barbecue restaurant, capacity 300 people. So at that point, I think it was like 2 p.m. and people had already been waiting at that restaurant to try to get in. So people spent pretty much all day yesterday waiting in line or for the possibility to see a free show by a band, or just being on the go and like constantly trying to chase them down. Hawthorne Heights, Armor for Sleep, the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, and more. Free show at the Strat from 4:30 to 7:30, which is where we were staying. Bring Me the Horizon, Knocked Loose, and Landon Barker, they were able to score the Pearl Theater at the Palms, and they really did a good job of like throwing it together last minute, because they got like a legit theater and they got tickets to be sold on Ticketmaster. So the tickets went on sale, they said 6:30, but it ended up being around 7, and the doors opened at 8:30. And I think the tickets were, I think, like $50. The Wonder Years, La Dispute, Mom Jean, Sweet Pill, they did a show at the Rockstar Bar, and they ended up selling tickets as well, and that was $45. It did end up selling out. So we were still at Area 15, like hearing about all this, and then we heard about the Strat show, Hawthorne Heights. So we figured that we would just head over there, and then if anything went wrong or if it was bad, at least we'd be at our hotel and like we could just go up to our room. So we got there and it was at capacity, and you couldn't get into the hotel or the casino like at all unless you had a hotel key. We were able to get in, and the casino floor was absolutely packed. And they basically just set up a stage like in the casino, and the sound quality was terrible from what I hear. And it was just, the crowd was just unruly, and there were like 6 cops at the door at one point for crowd control, and it was pretty insane. So we went up into our room and we were trying to see if anyone wanted to meet up, but no one could come to us because everything was closed off to the public. And then like we just didn't, I feel like we kept trying to connect with everyone, but everyone was trying to find different shows, or we were on opposite sides of the strip, and it was just like so hard to try to get everyone together. And there were also like the official side shows that when we were young had advertised previously, and then those ended up selling out. So it was kind of like you couldn't really go to anything because everything sold out, or you would have to have already been waiting in line for the free show. So it was just kind of a bummer because I really wanted to hang out with people. There were a bunch of people I didn't get to see, like friends of mine I didn't get to see or say hi to, so we thought we'd see them at the festival. We were all just like pretty upset, like disappointed, and the fact that it was so hard to meet up with everyone too was just disappointing. Emo Night had a show that night as well, back at Zook, but later on. They were supposed to play from 1:30 to like 2:45, I think. Friday night, we had bought tickets in advance instead of relying on like the guest pass from the, okay. Rewind. So apparently if you got the hotel package, you're supposed to get club access as well, and that club was Zook. So I had a hotel package, and they were supposed to email you information on how to get into the club. You're supposed to be on the guest list, you show up by a certain time, and you're supposed to be able to get in. But before we knew that's the club that the hotel packages were good for, Emo Night announced their shows, so a bunch of us just bought the tickets. So ticket holder line Friday night, got in like 5-10 minutes, really not a big deal. We heard that people with tickets weren't even able to get in because they had oversold the venue. So for Saturday night, we're all thinking, okay, if Friday night was just like a regular night, Saturday night is gonna be crazy because you're gonna have bands that are gonna try to come and like do guest spots or like just be at that performance. So it's gonna be even harder to get in. And I didn't want to have to get there like super duper early to wait in line to be able to get in. So we decided to pass because it just really sounded like it wouldn't happen for us. Some people who did rely on the guest list for the hotel, they didn't get in. They waited for like a couple of hours and they just like were not able to get in. And then if you went on to the website to try to buy tickets that day, they upped the price from, I paid $40 for a ladies ticket, they upped the price to $150. And then at the door, they were letting ladies in free, but then charging guys like $200. So I think, I mean, it's part of the Vegas scene, and that's like the thing I hate the most about Vegas is that like, that's so fucking ridiculous. Like, that is so crazy. People went, people had a good time. Emo night did have some guests, and like, of course I'm always bummed to miss an emo night show, but it was just like not happening for us. It was just not gonna work. But I'm super proud of emo night and how everyone wanted to get to Red Tail, everyone wanted to buy the merch, everyone wanted to go to the show. Like, that's amazing. I'm so proud of them. Yesterday was kind of a bummer. Like, it was cool. Like, I'm so happy I got to hang out with my friends and just like chill and like, you know, that stuff. But I mean, it definitely sucks, like, not being able to go to the festival. And I mean, I even looked this morning to try to figure out if like, okay, what if I drove my friends back and then I took a flight out to Vegas and then flew back, and like, would that work? But then that wouldn't work because there are no flights for like tonight. It's only for tomorrow. I also looked into next week, getting tickets on StubHub and like flying there and back the same day. But I'm kind of waiting to see how today goes. As of now, it's like 3:30 on Sunday. As of now, everything seems okay. I guess there's some confusion with the lines. Like, there's not actually a line to get in. People just form a line and end up waiting for a couple hours, but I guess you can kind of just go straight up to the gate and get in within like 10 minutes. So that seems like it's being a little unclear. I guess they were having some sound issues at like one of the main stages, the black stage, and the sound was terrible. I think they fixed that. Merch lines, I hear, are like pretty crazy. So I think it's just, it's happening. I think it's just gonna be really jam-packed, especially because so many people were selling tickets, and now everyone from Saturday that can go today are buying those tickets. So it is definitely going to be like sold out with all like 80K people being there. There were people complaining about the stage because when the map was first released, the VIP section basically covered the entire pink stage area and then also the entire front of the black stage. So everyone complained about that. So then they changed it a little bit. They gave a little more room for general admission at the black stage, but the pink stage is still pretty much all VIP. People who had hotel packages were not getting their confirmations, and they would call the hotels and the hotels wouldn't have their reservations either. I think everything worked out in the end because I haven't seen anything about people not being able to check in or being turned away. So it looks like there was like kind of miscommunications as far as getting confirmations out, but it worked out in the end. But it's still stressful if you're like, it's the last minute and you still don't have any confirmations. But I think it worked out for everyone. As far as the tickets go, if you had general admission, they would send you a digital ticket. If you had GA Plus or VIP, they would send you a wristband, which kind of sucks because I want a wristband. Like, I like getting wristbands, so I don't know why they just didn't do wristbands for everybody. People were getting packages with the wrong wristband. So people were getting like VIP bracelets instead of the GA Plus bracelets, or they were getting like the wrong people's packages. So that's something that was happening, which is concerning. Pretty much it. And then they already sold out for next year. So instead of doing 3 days next year, as of now, it's only October 21st, and it's sold out, which I think it's interesting to put your tickets on sale a week before the first event even happens to see like how it's gonna go, which I think is kind of sus, but that's the way they decided to do it. So now we are back home. I drove us home this morning. Still pretty bummed. I mean, looking at the crowds and seeing how packed it is, I'm feeling a little better because that just seems kind of shitty. But hey, at least people were able to go today, which is great. I'm totally not jealous at all whatsoever. So yeah, I just hope that, like I said, it's only like 3:30, so I hope that as the night continues and like the larger performers go on, I hope that everyone stays safe and that everyone behaves themselves and takes care of each other. So yeah, if anything crazy happens, I'm just like refreshing Twitter and Reddit all day to stay up on it. But yeah, if anything crazy happens, I guess I'll like pop in and say something and address it. But if not, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I think the next video I'm gonna have up is gonna be ComplexCon. I'm going to that in November, so that'll probably be the next one up. All right, well, thanks for watching. I tried. Sorry. All right, I will see you guys at the next one. Bye.